Yeah, how y'all doing? How y'all doing? About to get started in a minute. Yep. Man, what a day, what a day, man. Trying to set this thing up. I think I finally got it, though. You about to check it out, though. But we still in the beginning stages. All right, let's get into it. Let's see what we about to do, man. Man, I've been doing this for like over a week, man. It really shouldn't even take this long, but I think I finally got it, man. I think I finally got this thing kind of figured out. The main thing was my microphone, man. You see, really, my microphone. You got like an echo or whatever. I don't know what's going on, but I think I figured it out though. I figured out. I'm working some new settings right now, trying it out right now with my mic. I thought it was my computer, so I'm working on a newer computer just for streaming. It's not really for gaming, but I'm gonna try it out with this game right here. But yep. For the people that's been checking me out and checking out my older videos, y'all been seeing that I've been going through this process with OBS and Streamlab, and I've been having a lot of trouble with it starting out. And I think I finally got it figured out. I think I finally figured out how to set things up. I always knew how I wanted to set it up. I always knew what I wanted to put in, what games I really wanted to play, and what I wanted to talk about as far as the topics and everything. To let everybody know that, this is pretty much what my show is going to be about. Me pretty much playing, this game right here, and me talking about popular topics like sports, anything in pop culture like music, movies, things of that nature. And of course, pretty much will probably be one of the main topics here will probably be mostly like conspiracies and things of that nature, but definitely won't be like conspiracy theories. I like to keep things factual here, so anything that I can't really prove, I really won't have an opinion on it. I will let you know that I'm pretty much speculating, or the people that I'm with, we're pretty much speculating. We're not going too crazy over here. And of course, I am a flat earther. I hate to kind of put myself in that type of category because I just believe that I understand the true nature of Earth, and I do understand that the globe has been falsified, unless the globe can provide any evidence that we are spinning around on a water ball, flying around space, violating the second law of thermodynamics by going into a space vacuum with rocket ships. Unless the globe could come with some evidence proving that somehow they could basically violate the second law of thermodynamics, which will be natural law, which is something that's supposed to be consistent and not being violated, then I'm just going to remain believing that they didn't do no such thing as flying on moons, going to Mars, and all of this other nonsense that they're talking about doing. So, other than that, we're going to have fun on here. We're going to chill out. I really want this place to be pretty much a chill spot for, people such as myself and on any side of the spectrum. And we could discuss things, talk about things in the chat. We could have fun, as long as it's not too abusive. No, it's nobody abusing nobody. No, it's nobody like really trolling. Not too much. I don't mind minor trolls, but I don't want nobody harassing anybody that's just blatantly just coming on here just to be disrespectful to people. I'm pretty cool with that. I'm pretty fine though. I'm pretty laid back. So I'm about to work some things out on here. As you can see, I'm about to play Skyrim. This is pretty much like a lower version of it. This is not like a upgraded version. I'm playing this on low specs only because I'm trying to work some things out on this as far as this OBS. It's really like, if I play on my regular game, this is like the only game that works right now with this, and I don't really know why. I don't know if I have to get a new computer, which I really shouldn't have to because I just bought this one, and I just gave my daughter my old one, so I don't know what's going on. It's probably something that I'm doing. It can't be nothing with the hardware. It got to be something that I'm doing. But everything is working fine as of right now. So we're gonna see what's gonna happen, right? So let's try it out. All right, let's get started, man. Let y'all know what's about to happen for the day. So, a classic, I guess, if you were to call it a debate, happened in the room with Earth Awakening. It was pretty much FED, that flat Earth debate with Nathan Oakley and the gang. They went into another Discord server, which would be Earth Awakening, and I guess it was just classic. I mean, I'm lost for words of what happened, but pretty much it was everything that I thought was going to happen if they go in there with a bunch of Globers. But they basically went in there and wrecked shop, and we seen how everybody instantly went against people that actually speak the truth. So I'm gonna go ahead and listen to that. You know, people don't mind, and just let people know, you know, what we get into and what I listen to and what I find to be kind of hilarious and what I feel to be hilarious about it. But yep, I'm gonna go ahead and turn it on. You probably won't be able to hear it because right now I got the game playing kind of loud. But once I turn the game on, it's pretty much you're gonna be able to hear it. So it doesn't matter. So let's get into it. Where it at?
If you actually witness, the surface, if you actually experience the surface, it is nothing like what the globe Earth map tells us. It's more like what the flat Earth map tells us. It's actually flat, right. And it's like it doesn't have a curve in every single place. Like that globe Earth map.
All right, let me go ahead. Let me start this game. We about to get into it right now. So everybody just chill out and enjoy. If you're new, please subscribe to the channel. You can see right up here that I'm actually trying to get 100 subscribers. I'm trying to get to 100 subscribers pretty much by the end of the month. Hopefully I can reach that goal because I'm really trying to fight the YouTube algorithm right now. So if anybody come in here, please like and subscribe. If you see this video after I go live, because I'm probably only going to go live for like an hour here, please like and subscribe because YouTube is definitely not showing none of my videos still. I'm trying to mix it up with the titles and everything, but it seems like YouTube is still not showing my videos, probably because I'm new. I don't know. I really don't know. I tried everything, but I pretty much got this thing kind of figured out right now, so maybe YouTube is going to be a little bit more nicer to me if I get some likes and subscriptions. So who knows? I'm playing video games now, so it seems like YouTube like video games, like gamers and stuff like that. So I'm playing video games now, and I'm listening to the Flat Earth debate, and both of these topics are very interesting. I figure if modern day debate could get people to check out their channel, I should be able to get people to check out my channel. I don't see why. So let's go. We're gonna go ahead and get started. And we're gonna go from there. Let's turn this game on and let's go. We're gonna enjoy the show. Enjoy the ride, everybody. Let's get to it.
map, if you look at it, it seems really unrealistic. That's not how the surface looks like. Feels like. I mean, the one that we are actually. I mean, if you look at the picture of the globe Earth, produced by NASA every single year. That one in which the surface is actually
it might be a
curving.
language thing. When you say globe Earth, you just mean pictures of the Earth from space as opposed to a map. There is no globe Earth.
Yeah,
map.
NASA. Yeah, well, yeah, and the map is also just like that as well. Like
Which
it is
map?
curved on a ball.
Which map?
NASA, the one produced.
He's saying. Go ahead.
Every map that's publicly available fits on a globe surface so far.
None of them are on a globe.
I've
All
not
of them
seen
are flat.
a better map yet.
Hold on, I just need Tyler to clarify what he means, because all maps are flat. They have to be. That's how they functionally operate with the world.
The NASA maps, the one in which
Okay.
He's talking about.
Play a Civil War, but I play a
Tell
Civil
me
War
what he's
kind of
talking
like
about.
uniquely.
He's
He's talking about how they take a flat Earth
I
map.
don't need you to tell me what he's talking about. He's here. I'm talking to him.
Talk to me like that
I don't
on the
need
street,
to talk
dog.
to you about what he's talking about, thank you. I can talk to him. And I was, till you interrupted. Thank you. Yeah, Tyler. No, there is no globe Earth map. If you're talking about the NASA map, it's the transverse Mercator projection of a globe that came from elevation angle measurements and the latitude grid off a flat plane. That's the NASA map. That's flat also. That's a transverse Mercator projection that's flat. Why am I getting interrupted?
Yeah, I get it. Nathan, calm down, okay? I get it. I understand. What I'm trying to say is that, the impression that they give us. No, listen. The impression that they give is that
I like to stand strong when I'm talking.
Pictures and saying that those are the maps, even though we know that the distance that they calculated was based upon a flat Earth map. We know that. That's not even a secret. And even they use it for radar communication and every single thing, because they know that the Earth is actually a plane. It's not a globe. But they always produce images. NASA always produces these globe pictures in which we have the globe maps, okay, in which we have the curvature. Like every continent has a sort of curvature.
What's that map? That's the original thing I objected to. Then there was a lot of hustle and bustle. Which is this globe map?
Okay, the globe that you buy in toy shop or something, in which, it is like it's just like a map. Like it does actually, not formally a map, but it does show you that the Earth is a globe and this is the distance between these countries. I mean, it's put on a globe, right? So they are presenting it as a curve.
No, I just need to correct you. No, there are no globe maps. Functionally, every map and chart is flat. It has to be, because that's how it functionally operates. When you're juxtaposing a globe map with a flat map, no, they're all flat. There are no globe ones. And you're like, well, no, the one you buy that says this is a toy on the bottom of it, that's not a map.
In order to make you understand what I'm trying to say, I'll just show you.
Okay.
What he's trying to talk about is the celestial sphere derivative function, where they apply the Habersign formula and take the flat plane measurements of elevation angles and apply them to the zeniths on the celestial sphere.
Yeah, transverse Mercator projection, but that's still a flat map.
It's not flat.
Of a globe, though. Not of a flat Earth. That's the problem. Because you can't map a sphere onto a flat surface without distortions, and the inverse also doesn't work. There has to be something that's wrong about it. And the point where it's wrong is the point where it doesn't work. Like the thing that it's.
I don't think
Wait a minute,
Are you suggesting that the transverse Mercator doesn't work because it's come from a globe?
Wait a second.
It has to not be able to work. It has to be wrong in some way or another.
Look at the side, Chef. This is what I'm talking about. So if you buy a globe, do you really think that is an accurate depiction of the surface of the Earth? I don't think that is indeed the case.
No.
It's disclaimed not to be. It says not for educational use.
Yeah, but it indicates that the Earth is a globe, right? Which it is not, by the usage of this map. So this is what I'm talking about.
Not a map.
But I'm talking about a globe.
Not a map. There is no globe map.
I'm
saying it like there is one.
I know.
All maps that are publicly accessible are of a globe. There is no flat Earth map.
They're all flat.
Bro,
Hold on. Let's just talk to this guy.
Yeah, they are being flat doesn't mean that they are off a flat Earth.
Sorry, okay. How do you get latitude? How's that measured? If they're from a globe, how do you measure latitude? From a globe, how do you do that?
One way I can think of would be the altitude angles of Polaris.
Oh, so angles off a flat Earth then? Altitude angles, that's two straight lines meeting at vertex 1 being a straight flat baseline. Excuse me, I'm replying to you. Yeah, that would be excuse me, I'm just second attempt trying to reply to you. That would be a flat Earth measurement then. So two straight lines, one not curved. Are you going to talk through every bit of this response? It's a flat Earth proof. That's how the system's made. You inferred that the inaccuracies of the Mercator projection come from transposing a globe onto a flat map, because it's a flat map. A flat map that's used.
I'm about to dog walk
map,
these
a flat map. But its inaccuracies, according to you, come from the fact that it's been... I'm in the middle of my response. Come from the fact that it's come from a globe. It's flat. No, I'm still responding. Latitude, according to you, you just told us, is an altitude angle measurement to Polaris. It's the fourth interruption.
What did I actually say?
You can shut your mouth while I respond to you. You've just proven a flat Earth, mate. Altitude angles can only take place on a flat Earth. You don't need to interrupt for the fifth time.
Dog walking them this time. They fucked us up last time.
You said altitude angles to Polaris. That can only be done on a flat Earth. But you inferred the inaccuracies, that's the seventh attempt. How many more attempts am I going to have to make, mate? 10?
Well, however many...
Shut up! Shut your stupid mouth! You proved the flat Earth with your angle measurement, Dumbo. Now I'm going to say it once, unimpeded.
50 minutes straight, how can anybody not interrupt you?
Yeah, I'm just going to shut the lines to Discord. If I can't make my rebuttal unimpeded 8 times, I'm not going to listen to you objecting to me. It's now 9 attempts. 9 attempts. Reasonable? AK. AK, not anybody else, not Spunky Monkey, nobody except the guy who specifically said altitude angle measurements to Polaris. Only possible to measure on a flat Earth. So the inaccuracies aren't as a direct result of a globe transfer.
I don't got no guard mode, nothing on. That's just how strong my sword is.
That map uses was measured on a flat Earth with Polaris according to him. So no, the inaccuracies are
and my armor only on 100.
Origin of the transverse locator isn't a globe. It's a flat Earth elevation angle measurement to Polaris as he just conceded. Fact. Flat Earth derived for that angle. That's the 9th interruption from him, right at the very end of the conclusion. 9th interruption. 9th. You require a flat Earth to measure altitude angles to Polaris. Globe card. It's the 10th interruption. 10 Are you an abject coward? Yeah, I've had to because you've interrupted it 10 times.
I know you're just doing
I haven't got to say it. Only now there's 4
Man, we lost,
one
man.
of the fundamentals of the seller, globe believing nutties tells you that the map's only inaccurate because the flat map comes from a globe. And then you say, well, where did the latitude come from? Well, it came from altitude angle measurements to Polaris. Yeah, you'll need a flat Earth for that. I don't get to say that 10 times. It's constantly interrupted.
No,
Yeah, I'll need a flat Earth for that.
And we don't need to argue about it. No offense, I made our intro, but we're not like that over here. We're like calm and collective and chill and relaxed. And this is not necessarily a show here. I know you guys are doing your thing. So let's calm it down a bit. Let's try to bring it to something of a intellectual conversation that we're not yelling at each other going back.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
And we have to make room for everybody to have the floor. I know you have a big panel too. Okay, guys? Try again.
Thank you. I'll just make the conclusion, hopefully interrupted without me getting triggered. Making a very uncomfortable argument rather than a nice calm one about how we just measured a flat Earth to get angles to Polaris to make this latitude grid. Nothing to do with the globe when you're measuring things off the flat Earth, the angles therein that you conceded to. So, now I've made it once after 10 attempts. I wonder if he's got anything to say about those flat Earth elevation angle measurements to Polaris that give him the grid. We'll see.
Alright, how many more times do you need? You finished now? Alright, cool. That's sorry, I didn't know how many more times you want to say that you need a flat Earth to make altitude angle measurements to Polaris in one statement so that you're finished. But it was a bit difficult to figure out. Yeah, that is just plain incorrect. You don't need a flat Earth to measure elevation angles.
Okay, how do you measure an elevation angle measurement from a curved baseline?
You're not.
Oh, so you will need a flat Earth for it then. You need a flat baseline then.
Yes.
And that would be the ground. And that would be the ground for the latitude lines. That would be the ground then. The latitude lines are on the ground, aren't they?
Yes.
Yes, so we need to measure a flat ground with these lines on the ground on the flat baseline, and it can only be done that way. We absolutely require a flat Earth for this angle measurement, my friend. You need a flat Earth for this.
Alright, I'll try again.
What, try again to tell us how you need a flat baseline that's not curved? Not answer how you get an elevation angle measurement from a curved baseline. You want to try that again? You can fail again if you like. Maybe you can talk through me when you're asking me something. You asked me if you could try again. I'm trying to respond. He's talking straight through my response. He asked me a question. I'm not going to stop till I get to answer the question I was asked. Obviously, it's going to be deemed that I'm the unreasonable one while I'm talked through incessantly. Yeah, he asked me something and I'm answering him with constant interruption.
No, you're not.
Can you try again? Can you rinse and repeat? You asked me if you could try again. Why am I the one being interrupted when I've been asked something? Seems very unreasonable.
No, Nathan, because you asked for response, he gave you the floor and I muted him. And then he goes to speak, and as usual, you can't stop. Nathan, you have to have respect when you go to other people's servers. I don't know what you're doing here. You disrespected me even. And all I've done is respect you. Now, this is not the same way as your server. If you do not like that, you have your server to go back to.
Oh, sorry, he asked me if he could try again. That was a question, was it not?
Are you going to talk over me? Are you going to talk to me? I'm like the biggest person on Black Earth. You have to listen to me. It's my server. It's my shit. Nathan, what are you doing?
You seem to be losing control.
That's how you sound right now.
Yeah. You seem to be losing control. Why are you losing your shit, Stacey? Calm down.
No, you make people lose control because of what you
It's my fault that you've lost control. Okay, my bad. Sorry, I've made you lose control. Sorry.
Never heard of instigation?
They're contradictions.
Listen to this fucking idiot.
Speak over people and expect respect? You want respect? You don't deserve it now.
No,
what's going on?
Took us up with
So, I just got
I'm
in
sorry,
here
I'll make my apologies. I'm sorry I made you lose control, Stacey. My bad.
Let's point out again.
I'm acting like a real cockhead, so my bad that I made it.
The simple non sequitur that
excuse me.
There's a nice amount of distance now between the fact that you can only measure this on a flat Earth. I was asked if you could try again. I'm going to go with no, because you've already failed to prove you can get an elevation angle measurement from a curved baseline. You agreed with me. Maybe this is me losing control. Maybe this interruption from this man is me being unreasonable, demanding respect I don't deserve. No, it's just him interrupting me. He asked me if he could go again. I've answered no, because you've already failed. But he doesn't like that. He doesn't like the answer to the question that apparently makes me unreasonable when I answer it. No, you're not going to get another attempt. You failed. Flat Earth required.
Does this energy make people feel good? Because I know damn well this is not a good...
Wow.
Let's try and keep control, Stacey. Someone's muted you because you seem to keep losing control of yourself and blaming it and projecting it onto me, saying it's my fault that you're losing control. I would just, someone's muted you. That's it, Stacey. Try and get control of yourself.
Death interruption?
Listen to yourself.
Sorry, so flat Earth required. Elevation angle measurement to Polaris proves we are on a flat Earth. It's how it's been measured, as conceded by this man I was talking to before this long obfuscation, and now yet another string of interruptions. Maybe I'll get blamed for these too.
Well, you're in the process of interrupting me.
Here, you can have fun with this shit. This is ridiculous. Welcome to Flat Earth and the absolute nonsense y'all bring.
What, like elevation angle measurements to Polaris, proving we're on a measured flat plane?
She get pissed off.
That's the bit I'm trying to get to.
Oh boy.
The ground is not required to measure the angle, and the fact that you get the latitude angle that is on the ground with that measurement of that angle does not mean that the ground therefore has to be the baseline for the elevation angle itself.
I'm going to trim that out and play it at nausea for my audience. The ground that we're measuring the angle of with the ground and the lines on the ground isn't the ground.
In Skyrim.
Okie dokie. Yeah, it is the ground. It's the lines on the ground we call latitude to navigate with. They're measured off a flat plane with Polaris.
We fight. Something to report?
We are measuring the angle
Well, I didn't.
with eye level. That is not the
Well,
ground.
soldier,
So
are you up
what
to
are
the
latitude
task?
lines again?
Latitude lines are,
The general and I
one
have
of
our
the two
disagreements,
coordinates
but he's
to
the best
specify
coach.
Coordinates
locations.
where?
Empire
In the air,
and
right?
Skyrim.
Or on the ground?
On the ground.
So it's
on
not
the earth.
the ground.
It can also,
So it's not the. Let me just be clear. Let me just be clear. I need to clarify. These positions on the ground that we're measuring with the ground are not the ground. Is that clear? Am I understanding
If
you
you're in
correctly?
the air, you're also over a location. You also have a
All
location.
right, man.
Yes.
We
On the
gotta do
ground
something. This
that we're
is
not
let's
dealing
do
with
that.
according
troops
to
over
you.
here.
Okay, so
Something.
it's a position on the
This is
ground that we
ridiculous.
have coordinates on the ground to navigate the ground with, but your constant interruption me pointing out your contradictory statement
Keep
that that
going
position
over
on the
here,
ground is
getting my
not the
ass
ground.
kicked, but I'm
You
not.
need to interrupt that. Maybe I'll get blamed for that interruption while I summarise again, hopefully uninterrupted for the second attempt.
It's a
I'm still
position that
interrupting
extends
it.
all the way over
Yeah,
the
still
ground.
interrupting. I'll just do it for my audience if I don't get a third attempt. So the ground positions we call latitude, coordinates we navigate the ground with, are not the ground when we measure them with a flat ground. How we measure them. Okay, I'm pretty sure I understand your contradictory nonsense now. I'm just going to correct you. It is the ground. We're measuring latitude. That's a coordinate system on the ground. It's drawn on the maps with a grid. The ground. It is the ground. It's measured flat with Polaris. 2 straight lines along a baseline. The ground. For latitude. On the ground. That is the ground. You're just a muppet. You are wrong. We're measuring Earth flat for this grid.
You are incorrect.
Excellent,
So,
Hamlet.
first of all, latitudes, locations extend all the way over the ground as well. So even if you're like 100 kilometers above a location, you still have the same latitude when you're over the same location.
On
So
the
they're
ground.
not just on the ground, they're not physical objects. Their latitudes extend east-west. So they do not provide the baseline to measure an angle towards the north, which is where Polaris is. Okay, so even if they were straight, which they aren't, because east-west latitudes form circles, they don't provide you for the baseline in the direction of the angle that you actually want to measure. You measure the elevations angles, you determine positions, latitudes with it, which are not the ground itself. Okay, so you do not need the ground to be a flat baseline to measure an elevation angle. That's just plainly a non sequitur, and you can dream about it all you want. It doesn't make it true.
Okay, so how do we measure an elevation angle measurement from a curved baseline? Second time I've asked.
It's not from a curved baseline.
So it's flat then?
It's not the ground. The
It's not, so
elevation
it's
angle
not the ground
is
because
the angle between
it's not
eye level,
curved, so it's not the ground. I see. It is the ground, it's latitude.
The first interruption. So the elevation angle is the angle between eye level, horizontal, which is straight by definition. It has nothing to do with the ground. The ground underneath can be a mountain, can be non-existent because you're in the air. Whatever, it doesn't matter. And
Something to report?
The line
He
of
don't get the
sight
point.
to an object, or in this case, as a light in the sky. That is the
I'm so happy he just admitted that it's not curved. Because Jesse about to come in there and say that it is curved. This is what's hilarious about this whole argument right here.
Why are we doing this exactly?
We're doing this in order to
Your objective is Fort Kustov.
determine
The rebels are
positions,
keeping some of our men prisoner there.
locations
I aim to turn that into an advantage.
on
I've
Earth,
sent men
all
to
over
scout
Earth.
out
On the
area.
ground.
You are to find a way
On
to
the
slip in,
ground.
free our men, and take over the
On the
world.
ground?
You
Is
won't
it a
expect
position
me
you
to
were
have
navigating on the ground? Because it's not the ground, right?
That's why I'm
I'm
sending
just a bit
also be
confused.
in the air
I'm just trying to clarify with your third interruption. I heard you, and now I'm clarifying. Maybe if you talk through me constantly pointing out your contradiction, it'll work. Maybe I'll be deemed unreasonable as I try to respond to you. So I'm clear. I've already clarified this 4 times.
To you.
Maybe constant
just
interruptions
interrupting
through the
me.
clarification. I'm just trying to understand the contradiction. That it's definitely not the ground, it's eye level. Nothing to do with the ground. I ask what we're doing. We're finding our position on the ground, says you. You're just a moron.
Yes.
Okay. This ad hominem
Elevation,
attacks
measuring
mocking
elevation,
people,
has
but
nothing
then he
to do
wants
with
to act like everyone else is the problem and he's not triggering anyone.
If you get triggered, that's on you. Please don't do any personal attacks. Even though...
Well, it's not a personal attack. He proved he's a moron.
When I call him a moron.
No, when you say calling somebody a moron, it's an attack on the person.
No,
yeah, what he is one. He's proven it.
Exemplified by my attempt. It got interrupted quite a lot.
The general
to point out that when someone says it's eye level, it's nothing to do with the ground, then I ask, what are we doing exactly? And the answer is navigating the ground. That makes him a moron. It's not a personal attack. It's a description based on what he said about him not being the ground. You're now interrupting me as I explain why it's not a personal attack. It's a description based on his contradiction of not the ground. The ground that we're navigating is not the ground. It's eye level, not the ground, but it's the ground that we're navigating. That makes him a moron. That's a description, not a personal attack. Just so we're clear.
Or a moronic statement.
Measuring.
Yeah.
Measuring
he is personally attacking him. My bad.
That doesn't mean
but
that we can't.
He's proven to be a moron.
In order to determine,
personal attack is warranted at this
so
point.
Latitude. You're saying when we establish latitude with that angle, that's not the ground. Yeah, it is. It's the latitude on the ground that we're navigating with the angle we measured to Polaris to establish. I'm still talking. Yeah, that would be the
elevation.
Yeah, I'm still talking. That doesn't require you embarrassingly to interrupt how annihilations are going to go when I take the reins. Maybe Stacey can tell me that I'm being unreasonable as he interrupts me. Tell me it's my fault that he interrupted me. Tell me it's my fault.
You and your ego.
Yeah,
it's cute.
The latitude is an elevation angle measurement with a baseline that represents the ground. The positions on the ground are going to be the latitude lines that we're navigating on the ground. I've already gone through this 4 times. When we measure latitude, your example, that's the 3rd interruption, your example is the ground, it's latitude lines. Very specifically for navigating the ground. And we get them with an elevation angle measurement, that's 2 straight lines, one being the baseline, to Polaris. And the line that you draw is the ground. Because that's what we're going to be navigating, 5th time.
The line that you draw is the latitude, which also extends above the ground, and measure the elevation angle itself is not the ground. The elevation angle is an angle, right? So it's not the ground, the elevation angle. The elevation angle is the elevation angle. You get a position that you can have on the ground, but you can also have above the ground with the elevation angle, but that's not the same thing.
Oh, so you're saying elevation angle measurements have nothing to do with the ground?
I already explained that.
Because that's how it's defined.
No.
Oh, really? Let me give you a definition. The altitude, I'll define it for you then. The altitude angle, sometimes referred to as solar elevation angle, describes how the sun appears in the sky. The angle is measured between an imaginary line between the observer and the sun and the horizontal plane the observer is standing on. End quote. Sustainable by design. Altitude angle. So when I say it's the ground, it's very specifically the horizontal plane the observer is standing on. By definition.
He left the...
Do you have a definition of elevation angle that says it's not the ground? Go ahead.
He left the call.
Of course he did, because it's the ground. Maybe I should be told off for how unreasonable I am, how I'm the great I am of flat Earth, when I've just proven that man's example of elevation angle measurement to Polaris proved a flat Earth was being measured. And then he left at the point that I defined the horizontal plane the observer will be standing on to measure this angle that gives you positions on the ground. The flat ground. The flat Earth that was measured. Anybody unclear that we measured a flat Earth when he described how he measured an altitude angle to Polaris to give us latitude and then denied how it is the ground? Anyone tell me how I'm unreasonable? I am the great I am flat Earth, if you want to call me that, Stacey, because I just got my opponent to prove Earth's measured flat.
Honey, I don't care about you then. Your attitude is, and your ego is so out of check that I'd rather talk to a normie. Have a good day.
Good. Bugger off. While I prove Earth's measured flat with my opponent's example, you can go and have a great old time talking nice and pleasant to people who tell you you're wrong. Or maybe object.
To be fair, an hour ago, my attitude towards your master was exactly the same.
Well done, Tyler. Go
Hey,
ahead,
man, say it again. What's up, Eli? Give me a big old hug.
I thought you were buggering off. Sorry, is this you buggering off? Or is this you just still here out of control?
Pasha, are you talking over me again?
Yeah, you out of control or buggering off? Which one are you?
One time, did you talk over me? As a mod.
I mean, all I would
No.
All I was saying to Stacy is that I literally had the same exact energy as Nathan an hour ago when I was talking to Basto. Same exact energy.
Yeah, because it's frustrating when you're explaining something like Nathan has broken it down and they're still saying it's not the ground. And then you get your own side telling you that you're rude. Come on, it's ridiculous. You just want to stay in the argument. That's what it is. We're ending the argument.
So, any evidence you can have gas pressure without a container?
I thought we answered it, but...
I like what Neil said.
Is there any evidence
We're
that
ending the
rockets,
argument.
Is there any evidence that rockets can propel in the vacuum of space?
This is
vacuum
hilarious,
space,
man.
that's the
These guys, man. But hey, I'm
By asking that question,
I don't know why they got me playing the regular
into
missions. I really don't want to play the regular
position
missions.
there is a
of this,
sky
but I
vacuum.
guess I do in order for me to get some troops. So, in order for me to get some troops, I have to play the regular mission.
Yeah.
Got a long road to hoe,
proof there
Nathan.
isn't?
Within the context of the
Just 1 second, guys,
question
in
asked,
G+.
you
Go on,
can show
whoever- Hold on
videos.
1 second, guys, in G+. Whoever that was, Discord, go ahead.
You have any proof that there isn't? A vacuum.
Well, that's two
Yeah,
things.
we're alive.
That's two things. That's a burden of proof reversal because it's not my fault. And it's an attempt to make me prove non-existent. Not reasonable.
Right, well, he asked, like, how could you have propulsion, you know, breaking the third law of thermodynamics? Obviously, we get that due to laws of thermodynamics that this vacuum can't even exist, right? So what makes the laws, these natural laws, God?
Those are just descriptions. I mean, God. Just describing how stuff occurs. Gas fills space, that's what it does. That's the description of what gas does. You're saying, what makes that God? Well, nothing. If you want to rewind the arrow of time to the beginning of time and get to the ontological primitives and claim that God is the only reason we can have entropy, I'd accept that. Well, that's not what I'm saying. Gas fills space. There is no sky vacuum.
The theories, all these laws are not laws to begin with. I mean, they could be flawed as well. They're not always consistent with experimentation, are they? I don't think they are.
No, that's a category error. The descriptions of laws are things that occur always. You can find a flaw, feel free. But they're not science. The two things are completely separate.
That is my point, Nathan. That is exactly my point. So these laws are not laws because they're not consistent on a lot of occasions, are they?
Give me an example.
I mean, a lot of times.
What say you in your defense?
Well, example, I don't know, maybe like gravity. The whole theory of gravity, the gravitational waves and all these things, like the theory of the law of gravitation. Are they actually consistent? Because we know that the Earth is the globe.
So that's not a law.
Similarly, these.
Okay, I got you. So you're saying gravity's not a law. That's correct. Second law of thermodynamics, dispersion. That is a law. That always occurs. Never to be violated. Gravity was never a law.
How do we?
Because it's not something that occurs always. It's defied by gas behaviour, and the description of that would be second law of thermodynamics, dispersion. So gravity's mass going down towards the centre of Earth. No, gas doesn't behave like that. It disperses in all directions. That is a law of nature.
Yeah, but then even then, it was a law of gravity. It was considered to be a fact, right? Law of gravitation. But we know that is not true.
Yep.
So
similar.
the law that gas falls down and was considered to be a law.
Yeah, it just never was
So
a law.
Boyle's law is consistent.
Yeah, people can call
So
things
Boyle's law
laws.
is consistent.
Sorry, go ahead. My bad, I'm trampling on you. Go ahead.
I'm just saying, Nathan. I mean, Boyle's law and all these other laws. How do we know that they are actually factual? I mean, they could be flawed as well, just like the law of gravitation. Does it occur all the time? Does it?
That was never a law, though.
Gravitation was a universal law within heliocentrism.
I'm taking the fort by myself.
You would have to define the paradigm that you're trying to say that this law doesn't apply.
No, my point is this, all these laws, they're not consistent. I mean, they could be flawed as well, just like every other, just like law of gravitation.
So you
That's exactly what I'm saying.
No, hold on, Neil. Yeah, that's fine. You can state that, but you then have to, if you're going to falsify the description, show how the description is wrong. Now, with gravity, perfectly exact. It was never a law. debunk it. To call it a law was false initially, and as John pointed out to you, saying the gas goes down the boom boom because the law says so, well, it doesn't do that. It's not an accurate description of gas always. Meanwhile, the law that you would use to describe the effects of gas, second law of thermodynamics, to describe how it disperses accurately. There are no exceptions for that law.
Well, there might be. We don't know about it as of yet.
There might be a circumstance that defies natural law. That's an appeal to the future fallacy.
Appeal to the future fallacy, maybe. I'm not trying to be fallacious, but still, my point was that, the laws cannot be trusted as, a constant phenomena. They might not be as constant as we think.
No, laws aren't phenomena. Hold on. What do you think a law of nature is?
Well, our expressions, that's all it is. Our descriptions of how nature works, that's what they are. Our descriptions, the way we describe it.
Almost. What are the descriptions of specifically?
Because we are the ones who are making it. That's why.
What are the descriptions of?
I'll get your armor,
Phenomena that is taking place in front of our eyes. We're trying to make sense of it, that's
right. So it's the description of a phenomena that occurs.
Last but not least, let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a phenomena, it's just a description of something that's occurring always. So when you describe that which occurs always, that's a law of nature. To describe that which occurs always. Now, if you're saying that which occurs always isn't the case simply because we've described it, well, no, you can still observe that which occurs always to always occur, but if you're going to say there's a flaw in the way we describe that which occurs always, then fine. But the things that we're describing in the case of dispersion always occur, unless you can show me an example when they don't.
Yeah, and listen, and things fall down, right? We see things fall down, onto the ground. So according to that logic,
like clouds.
Yeah. So according to that, wait a second. So according to that logic, universal law of gravitation might be right. Is that what you're trying to say? Just because things fall down, so the description is always.
I'm saying it like clouds fall down.
No, automatically come.
Yeah.
So we don't observe things always falling down. Then. So it's not an accurate description of that which occurs always, because it doesn't always occur. So when you say the universal law of gravitation describes things going down, like clouds, so it's not a law of nature, it's not describing that which occurs always. Dispersion, on the other hand, always occurs. Without exception, entropic increase always occurs. There is no exception. The arrow of time always occurs. There is no...
Time is an illusion. Yeah, but that's my point, time is an illusion, right? It doesn't actually exist. It's just our construction of it. We have a mental creation, that's what time really is. So all arrow of time and all these things, they are not actual real things, they are just theories. So these laws could just be theories.
They're not theories, they're descriptions.
Yeah, they
are. Aren't theories, they're descriptions of that which occurs always. You're saying maybe
but
not.
Descriptions could vary. Yeah, I get you, Nathan. I understand, but descriptions could vary from person to person. Everybody could not have the same description everywhere, right?
No, I mean, people the second law of thermodynamics is pretty much set in stone. You might decide to describe the second law differently to how it is, but the second law is what it is.
I can say surely that the idea that there is an arrow of time and all these things, they are just imaginary things. I mean, it's not factual per se, like they are just theories that people have created. I mean, time is not a real thing, it's an illusion. I mean, if you see through it, you could understand. It's just a construction, social construction, in my opinion. There's no such thing as time.
You do know you
dates change, right?
Sorry, can I jump in just with an observation just to say that I believe time is a measuring device. I don't think that we can really see time as imaginary when we actually can administer it and honor things by the thing that we're measuring.
Yeah, but what is time in reality? Does it have a property which actually defines it from other things like space and everything? No, it doesn't. It's just our way of describing things.
Great work.
But you're being,
I'll stay here.
I would argue that you're being overly adversarial, because your whole point is that laws of nature can be shown to be wrong. Then you gave an example as the law of gravitation. Then Nathan said it was never a law to begin with because laws of nature describe phenomena that happen or occur always. And you gave an example of something where it doesn't occur always. So all I'm saying is that in order to disagree with his point, it had to actually be a law of nature, something that always happens and then doesn't happen after the fact. But that's never happened.
Now, my point is this, maybe, perceptions differ as well, right? In that regard, like the way we describe it.
We all hear the conversation, and we're like, because I've tried to point out to you what may be missing. Nathan has pointed it out. So is our perception collectively not allowing us to address what you're saying because you're repeating yourself? And I think we addressed what you've already stated.
I'm just saying, the laws might be flawed. That's what my point was.
Fine.
It could be.
But you don't have a justifiable
appeal to the future fallacy number 2. Yeah, I've covered that. Yes, they could be. And in the future, you might find flaws in them. But for now, they just describe things that occur always. And in this specific example, while we might lean on the law of nature, that which occurs always, and its description in the case of dispersion of gas, the only real point here is that gas fills space. I don't need to describe the law of nature, as in the second law of thermodynamics, to make that statement. Gas fills space. It disperses in all instances without exception. No mention of the second law, just a fact of life. Gas fills space.
What the rebels like
there are no exceptions to that. Therefore, if I was a vacuum, gas would fill space, because that's what they claim it is, a space. They even call it space. So gas would fill that space, because I can...
Unless there's a permanent barrier blocking it.
Well, a container.
I agree with that observation, Nathan. I never disagreed with that. I'm just saying that the laws, the theories that we have actually built up, they don't need to be consistent. They could be wrong. That's all I was actually trying to say. I'm not disagreeing with your observation.
You've done that. You said, I'm not trying to use a fallacy when I addressed it the first time. Okay, well, maybe use the same fallacy 3 more times. Because the appeal to the future that they could be wrong. Meanwhile, they do accurately describe our gas-filled space, though. So I'm not too concerned that they might be wrong in the future when gas is filling space and the second law just describes that process with something called entropy. Meanwhile, gas-filled space, the sky is not a space for gas to fill because we are experiencing gas pressure. Therefore, space is fake. No men have travelled to the moon. There is no outer space. The whole heliocentric premises that we're on a ball flying through space is flawed fundamentally because we wouldn't have any gas to breathe. Because gas fills space, as described by the second law of thermodynamics.
Can't wait to kill
with
another
laws,
overexplorer.
you can give better descriptions and more accurate descriptions, but that doesn't make the previous description
Damn
wrong.
Stormcloak rebels.
It just means you have a better description now.
We got to be careful, though, of making claims of saying that space, which may or may not exist above us, above the firmament, outside the terrarium, is or is not a vacuum, water, lava. We don't know what it is.
All right, then.
Okay.
Who's making any claims?
We weren't. The claim is that there is a sky vacuum without containment, and that we can debunk with the second law of thermodynamics and gas behaviour. Gas fills space. But your speculation about what might be beyond your speculation about what is containing said gas pressure is, again, not something we would ever claim or try and debunk even. Right, you feel free to believe what you like about what's beyond the containment. We don't even know what the containment is. But fine, believe what you like.
Also,
he also said time, and time is...
Oh, John, go on, George. Sounded like George.
He also said time as a concept. Yeah, but it's based on elevation angles from a flat plane with a description of the celestials overhead. So not quite.
That would be the longitude system.
For that.
Yeah, the longitude system was defined by an elevation angle measurement, in that case solar elevation angle measurement off the horizontal plane of reference that you're standing on to get the measurement. Yes, that would be the longitude system in the maps that we negotiate Earth flat with. Yes.
I'm trying to make this world more interesting.
It's good to be nice and calm now. It all got very heated in the pre-show. I don't know why. I think it was probably because there was a fundamentalist religious zealot that told us that to measure latitude, you needed a flat plane to do it when you measure an elevation angle. Then he went on to deny the ground, and apparently that was me causing problems. It's all calmed down now, though, when we're in a live show, which is all great.
No, he denied the ground and then went on to detail the ground.
Yeah, evidence that you can acquire an elevation angle measurement from a curved baseline.
Zone between the rebel forces and the capital.
Oh wow, they went back and conquered.
The term elevation included
like to conquer
in the compound word elevation angle. You would have to use the ground.
Yeah, the latitude system is very specifically the ground. And you're measuring those circles with respect to angles along the ground, flat, and the line up to Polaris that will recede as you back away from it. That gives you a latitude system. Circles from Polaris. I mean, you can transpose that through Haversine onto a globe and then transpose it onto a tube, roll it out flat and call it a transverse Mercator, and then you've got a nice square grid system. Obviously that's going to have distortions. Things that seem straight will actually have a curved path if you drew them that way, because it's a circular system that's been changed into a square system.
It's good we hold the reach.
Still
for
works.
the rebels to gain
Has
control
to
of
be
the
flat, though,
silver
otherwise it
mines
wouldn't work
would
with
give them
elevation.
coin to hire more
Those
thugs
grid
and
lines on
expand
that
their
flat
violence.
map we call the transverse Mercator wouldn't match up with the latitude lines along a flat ground to Polaris. It has to work flat, because that's how Earth is.
It is, I agree. I mean, that is not even debatable.
Totally agree. Not even debatable. It's a what is question. Absolutely.
He actually left midway.
We will oust Alfred from Windhelm soon enough, and when we do,
like Indian.
I'll have his head on a plate. Prefect.
Well, he wasn't Indian, I can assure you that. But yeah, the thing is, when I was saying I was speaking about the globe Earth map, what I was actually getting at was the globe. You know, the way they present it. That's exactly what I was talking about. You were saying there is no such thing as a globe Earth map. There is.
Soon enough.
The way they present it.
I'll have his head on a plate.
That globe picture that I just put out over there on that side chat.
In misnomer alone?
Can you grab that for me, Eli?
I mean, just in
Eli.
name? Yeah, I got you.
Can you stick it in Skype? Sorry, you were about to talk as well. That's really bad when you were about to make a point asking you to do something. Go ahead first, Eli. Sorry. My bad.
So what is it in rhetoric and in name alone? That's a misnomer.
I want to know what hyperbolic means.
Hyperbolic or hyperbole? It's when you take something to the extreme. So when I say all people do this, I'm being extreme because I don't mean all people.
Oh, because I heard stereotyping fallacy because your opponent made a stereotyping fallacy. Then you did the same, but when I don't want to be hyperbolic, and I'm like, well, hold on. You're categorizing a large number of people as thinking the similar way. That's a stereotyping fallacy. But then you use the word hyperbolic, and you're saying hyperbolic means to take it to the extreme. Okay. Cool. Learn something new every day. Did you want to say something, Tyler? It's your hot mic, and if you're not.
No, I was just going to ask, what was that thing about the jibe at that guy being Indian, just because of the way he was talking like it? He didn't sound like Indian to me. I don't know why did you say that.
No, it's just the words that came out of his mouth sounded Indian to me. I couldn't understand. I thought it was you talking, actually, Tyler. Are you even Indian?
No, I'm just asking you. The words that he actually spoke sounded English to me. I don't think English is the language of Indian people. I mean, natively.
He was referring to your accent, sir.
No, I wasn't. I wasn't. I was referring to the words that came out. It didn't sound like English. I literally meant it. That sounded like a foreign language to me. I said Indian. That's a language. But you know what I mean? It was like a foreign language. I wasn't geography to the accent.
Was that a joke? I don't get it.
No, it wasn't a joke. It actually sounded like a foreign language. That's why I said I was being very listening.
Indian is not a language.
I know it's not. I realise that's why I just named. Is that even a language? But what I meant was it sounded like Punjabi or something. As in, it didn't sound like I was hearing English.
It didn't sound anything like Punjabi to me because that was English that he was speaking. Well, I don't know why you said he sounded Indian.
Destroy that child,
because it sounded like it wasn't. That's all. So don't tell me. Is that your name?
That's Tyler. Tyler Durham.
Yeah. Is it this diagram?
Which one?
At 24 minutes past the hour.
Great, man. I only got 3,000.
With 35 degrees, 55 degrees.
Alright, man.
I'm looking forward to what you dropped in the chat.
Yes,
I'm
you
looking
said
forward
in
to
the side chat, and I've asked him to get it so I can present it to my audience.
Dog walked
I'll actually get it. Wait a minute. It was a picture of a globe. That's it. So
Destroy
my
that
point
name.
was this. Side chat means this VC side chat, okay, not the other one.
Dog walked.
Can you see it? So that one. So this is what I was actually talking about. They kind of give an impression that the Earth is a globe by using the flat Earth map and pasting it on a sphere.
Okay, yeah, that's obviously what you had in mind when you were saying it and I was arguing against you. So it would be nice to actually see that so I can see like hot mic.
So now you understand what I was actually getting at.
No, we haven't got it yet.
I wasn't saying that.
No, I haven't got it yet. I will do, hopefully.
No. My point was this. This is what they are doing. When I use the word the globe Earth map, I mean this. If you click it, click the link, and go. I mean the globe. So this is the map that they use. Even though the Earth is not, Earth does not actually look like this at all. Right.
Okay, where's the this? Where's your citation?
Wait a minute. You didn't get it? On the link. Wait a second. Let me check it once again.
It is possible that you all are in two different live chats.
No, well, I'm in the chat that is linked to the server, so. And everybody else is typing in chat saying, yes, this is the right space.
Okay, well, hopefully we'll get that shortly.
Wait a second.
I would like to discuss when this gets around today is why I got an earful at the pre-show from Stacey. What was that all about?
I totally missed that.
In the side chat, did you see the side chat? Wait a minute.
I would have some fun, but these dudes
I
fight.
see. I got it.
This is what I was talking about.
One of those
Hold on, hold on.
Okay, well, I'll put this up for you, the audience, in a moment when Eli's got it into Skype. Hopefully we'll talk about, because in the pre-show I was arguing with this gentleman, Tyler Burton, that no, there is no globe map. So we'll see what he's talking about in a second, hopefully.
This is what I was talking about. The fact that they present this as the map of the Earth. The picture, did you get it? It's in live stream on text.
Yeah, I got it now.
I uploaded it.
That's just a globe.
Yeah, but the map that they're presenting, the distances, that they present it as, that is actually wrong, right? They're using the surface as a curve. They're presenting the surface as being some sort of curved surface, but it is not. If you actually walk around, you can actually see it's
I'm
flat.
over
And
here,
if you travel
man.
places, you can see
I'm rocking
it's
the
flat. It's not a
fro.
globe. It doesn't indicate a globe. So that is exactly what I was getting at.
This doesn't have any scalar values.
It doesn't.
Right,
but
that's why I thought about. But do you know
Something to
how
report?
they create that globe? Do you know how they create
Yeah,
it?
it's something to report, bitch. Listen.
Yeah, I know that.
I
They
got a,
actually use the flat Earth map, and
Many of my
then they, kind of paste it over a spear. That's
They
what I
can't see
said
the big
in the
picture.
side chat.
Skyrim needs the Empire as much as
They
it
know
needs
that the Earth is
us.
flat. They don't calculate based on the
Well,
fact that this is the shape of the
up to
Earth.
task?
That's my point. That is exactly what my point was.
Yeah, I'm
Before
trying to
that
storm
AK
this
guy
city.
came in.
Of their cause.
Yeah, to get that globe is like 4 steps down the line from measuring the Earth as flat and mapping it as flat. Then you wrap it on a cylinder. Then you put it on a transverse Mercator, and then you apply a Haversine transformative equation to turn it into that toy. That's not for educational purposes.
I know, but that is what they do. This is how they actually deceive people. But the map that they use for navigational purposes and everything, that is actually a flat Earth map. The one that they use for radar and the one that is on the UN Charter as well, it's actually the map of the flat Earth. They don't use this for anything. This is just for brainwashing kids. That is what my point was when I used the word globe Earth map. Nathan disagreed that there is no such thing as a globe Earth map. I said no. What I'm trying to get at is this deception. That's why I know that they use flat Earth for calculation. That's obvious. Everybody does that.
Fair enough.
I mean, honestly, bro, it's still a projection. Even the Gleason's map, the UN map, they're still projections, and they're not accurate at all of the actual surface of the Earth.
Yeah, they're not.
We know this because Australia is distorted. As you get out,
we don't know what's going on in the south.
Yeah, distorted, bro. It's still a globe projection, bro. It's a globe projection. That's all you gotta say.
Yeah.
Silly argument. I don't know why we're still talking about it.
No, I was just getting at it because, I was trying to explain this, before somebody interfered, that AK guy, he interfered and he started talking about the fact that you don't need surface to be flat to measure latitude, longitude. So it kind of got diverted into that. This is what I was trying to say. When I used the word the globe earth map, Nathan said there is no such thing. My point was this.
So there is no global
They
map.
kind of treat you with that
Talking
global
about
projection because it's not a global projection. It's a special sphere projection.
Well, isn't it, oblongated spheroid or something? It's not even sphere, to be fair. It's like he says, pear-shaped.
It's a little chubby around the stomach area, yeah.
Yeah. Pear-shaped. Like, Neil deGrasse Tyson said, it's like a pear. What a joke. The entire thing is a joke.
Could I say something?
Feel free.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think the key to coming up with a working flat Earth map is in the Haversine formula because it works on Earth. So if we can find a flat Earth map,
Here come the reification.
Or any sort of grid lines and whatever that makes the Haversine formula work on a flat plane, which so far hasn't been done, but if we
hold
can,
on one
then
second.
that
I'm really
would be
sorry
the
to
key.
interrupt you. Tyler, can you mute your voice so all we can hear is your rumblings in the background? Thank you.
Yeah, I'm working, so sorry. Oh, yeah.
It's about to get hectic. Okay.
Sorry, can you start that again? Go ahead.
Oh, sure. Well, I was almost done. Basically, the Haversine formula can take any two longitude, latitude coordinate sets or points and tell you the surface distance between those 2 points on Earth within plus or minus 5%, half or 0.5%. So if we can find any sort of grid system that we can put onto a flat plane that works with the Haversine formula, which so far has not been done, then that would be a working flat Earth map.
The Haversine formula is calculated from the equatorial plane. A plane.
Right, so why can't we just put it on why can't we come up with a mapping for a flat surface that works with the Haversine formula? Because the Haversine formula allows...
Before you repeat yourself, just say it again, because I don't think you picked up what you were with the flat plane. You're saying if we can just do this, we can get it onto a flat plane to work? Have a surface afterwards. Go ahead, John.
Yeah, it's already done.
Yeah, the Haversine is calculated from the equatorial plane. Because it's using angles, elevation angles. To calculate those distances, it's in a globe on a globe. They put you in the celestial sphere and you're on the celestial sphere. But it's calculated from a plane.
You start... But it works on Earth, right?
Jesse, I don't want to side with Nathan, dude. Come on.
Not getting it.
Of geographers, 60,000 globes of the world are made every year. Like restoring the skin to a peeled orange, the colored printed sections exactly cover the surface. But the covering process calls for a keen eye and steady hand. A fraction of an inch out
give
will
this a
put the
break
world
for a little
miles
bit.
out
Hold
of
up,
joint.
y'all.
The different types of globe include celestial, political, and relief, or slate-colored spheres for use with chalks.
Jolly good.
Alright, y'all, chill out for a minute. Chill out for a minute.
Grandmaster Levi. Oh my. Don't hesitate. Kill. Ghost Shadow.
Fade into the darkness. Death by 1,000 cuts. It is done.
Like and subscribe. Grandmaster Levi. Oh my. Don't hesitate. Kill. Ghost Shadow.
Fade into the darkness. Death by 1,000 cuts. It is done.
Like and subscribe. Grandmaster Levi. Oh my. Don't hesitate. Kill. Ghost Shadow.
Fade into the darkness.
We're asking how globes got made.
Death by 1,000 cuts. It is done.
Like and subscribe. Grandmaster Levi. Oh my. Don't hesitate. Kill. Ghost Shadow.
Fade into the darkness. Death by 1,000 cuts. It is done.
Like and subscribe. Grandmaster Levi. Oh my. Don't hesitate. Kill. Ghost Shadow.
Fade into the darkness. Death by 1,000 cuts. It is done.
Like and subscribe. Grandmaster Levi. Oh my. Don't hesitate. Kill. Ghost Shadow.
Fade into the darkness. Death by 1,000 cuts. It is done.
Like and subscribe.
Grandmaster Levi.
Alright.
Oh my.
Don't hesitate.
We are
Kill. Ghost Shadow.
Fade into the darkness.
Nice little
Death
commercial,
by one.
Let's get back into it. Alright. Now, where was he? Oh, I'm about to go out down here to this Bizzato. And we're going to get back to the little debate that was going on. This is going to get real funny after that, but I'm probably going to continue it tomorrow. Since I got my kids watching, big shout out to my baby Rose. Love ya. Kind of showing my daughter how it's done on these streams, man. I got mine together. She working on hers too. While she working on hers, I'm working on mine. So we kind of racing each other to see who's gonna figure out how to do our channels first. Alright, now where's this dude at, man? There he is. Shit, it was easier to storm the big city than it is to storm this little city.
Waiting. The insufferable waiting. If those rebels think they can best us, they have another thing coming.
Oh god, this dude ain't even ready to fight.
Well, where the hell are those damn stormcloaks? Let's get this over with already. If those rebels think they can best us, they have another thing coming.
I want to start the attack.
Hey, watch it!
Oh shit. They wanted me to start the attack.
I'll smite you.
I'll chop heads off. Oh no! It's that general! Oh no, he's murdered us.
I'm on your side.
Get out of my way. Got your head chopped off. My bad. Murdering shit. Get out my way. I should make this funner for y'all. Alright, let's do this. I got the music off. We're gonna do this. Oh boy. Oh, let's see. Where we gonna go? Dun, 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 dun. What is that? I don't even know, bro. Man, what's going on? Music gone, bro? Music gone? They just took my songs. There it is. There it is. Here we go. I thought these bastards took my songs, bro. From behind. Let's go. Alright, we got to know that. I'll check it out. We got to know. Way too loud, wasn't it? Way too loud. Yeah, that was way too loud. I'm gonna stick with the game. That was just way too loud. I mean, that was cool, but it was way too loud. I gotta figure out how to fix that volume, man. Sometimes the game don't catch the action scenes correctly. Come on, y'all, let them niggas run. I ain't gonna kill him. Run away. I'm not into fighting people that don't want to fight, you know what I'm saying? Nah, if I gotta kill you, I gotta kill you. Let me get a room.
Feel free to look around. We have a fine selection of herbs here at Angela's Aromatics. Vivienne, could you check out supplies of mandrake root?
Which one is that again?
It's the root that looks like an ugly look.
I know I'm sick and poison and everything.
Come on in. We got warm food, warm drinks, and warm beds.
Papa says I won't see Rob here.
If you're looking for a challenge,
Welcome to the Winking Ski.
right place.
Sure thing. It's yours for a day. I'll show you to your room. Right this way.
I don't even do none of the Dragonborn stuff. I'm so tired of that.
Let me know if there's anything else you need.
notification like, hey, you sat there and watched me sleep for 2 hours. Why shouldn't I chop your head off right now? Why shouldn't I?
Seems there's always more to be done.
Cool, mellow night. Just in the chill spot, trying to make sure the kids is going to sleep. We should be ready to go now. See what's going on.
Taking the Pale gives us another port in Dawnstar and puts us within striking distance of Windhelm. That should make Ulfric a bit more cautious, huh? You've come a long way. I don't think we could do without you. I'm hereby raising you to Tribune. Congratulations. Here. Take this gift as a sign of the Empire's appreciation. And my
right.
Tribune. I fear losing Falkreath may give too much advantage to Ulfric. The rebels now control access to the Reach, Whiterun, and the Rift. I want it back. I fear losing Falkreath may give too much advantage to Ulfric. The rebels now control access to the Reach, Whiterun, and the Rift. I want it back.
Oh yeah, because they went ahead and stormed. The computer trying to be smart right here because they knew we was attacking the Vale, so they took all their troops from over there. Even though they left some troops over there a little bit. But they moved all their troops over there. I noticed that to the Winterfall. And then they moved all their troops from over there from where Dawnstar was at. And then they basically used those troops to attack Falkreath. I guess because they're trying to get Markef, but I think we still got the Reach. So I don't know what he's talking about. We still got the Reach.
The Legion's always been here. Without us to keep order, the provinces would fall into barbarism and lawlessness. Especially Skyrim. Take, for example, Ulfric Stormcloak and his little rebellion. But rest assured, his days are numbered. Watch yourself.
We right on his ass though. Yeah, I knew they was trying to take Markov. Yeah, we're gonna have to figure something out because
Taking the Pale gives us another portent on... It puts us within striking distance of Windhelm. That should make Ulfric a bit more cautious, huh? I fear losing Falkreath may give too much advantage to Ulfric. The rebels now control access to the Reach, Whiterun, and the Rift. I want it back. We need the Rift. We need to regain control of it before we can march on Windhelm without worry about our rear guard. Few surprises for the Stormcloaks lined up. Gods be with you. Now that we have Winterhold, I can garrison. By taking back Falkreath, we control access to the Reach, Whiterun, and the Rift. We should never have given it up. Make your way to our camp in the Rift. We have a few surprises for the Stormcloaks. For the Empire.
took the rift before. All right. I think I'm probably about to end it right here. I think this was a pretty good stream. We're gonna check these out. But I think this was a pretty good stream, though. Like, it ain't crash on me, it ain't none of that happened. I guess I'm gonna try to play it as long as I can. But I ain't do a lot of stuff that I usually would do on the stream either, so. Alright.
With the letter A.
Afghanistan.
Oh, damn. That's smart. That was fast.
This is an elite defensive trick in boxing. Pay attention to Gervonta's right hand and how he uses it to make opponents throw predictable shots so he can either counter or roll and get away. This long guard also helps him measure distance and fill the space between him and larger opponents. He uses this technique to take away the opponent's jab, which is their biggest weapon against him because of their reach. And once he has them set up, he uses his power to knock them down or out. This is an elite This is how Lomachenko outsmarted Devin Haney. Lomachenko feints a jab to get closer to Haney. He gets outside foot position, and Haney tries to respond with his own jab to set up a right hand, but Lomachenko throws a body shot to keep Devin's defense low, and then goes to the head with a right hook while maintaining outside foot position to avoid being countered by Devin's right hand. This is how Lomachenko outsmarted. This is how Lomachenko outsmarted
Now this
Devin
is bullshit
Haney.
right here.
Lomachenko.
Hold up. Yeah, we just gonna look at this real fast. Devin Haney beat Lomachenko ass this entire fight. You mean to tell me this is the only thing that you could find with Lomachenko? These people, these Lomo heads, bro.
Feints a jab to get closer to Haney. He gets outside foot position, and Haney tries to respond with his own jab to set up a right hand. But Lomachenko throws a body shot to keep Devin's defense low, and then goes to the head with a right hook while maintaining outside foot.
Lomachenko turns his head. This is not even the punch right here. This is not a punch. This is just literally Devin Haney getting out of the way. This is not a punch. So him trying to say that Lomachenko actually hit Devin Haney dog walked Lomachenko this entire fight. Lomachenko barely hit Devin Haney. This is like the closest they can get to him actually punching Devin Haney.
Position to avoid being countered by Devin's right hand.
This is Devin Haney literally getting out of the way of the damn punch.
This is how Lomachenko outsmarted Devin Haney. Lomachenko feints a jab to get closer to Haney. He gets outside foot position, and Haney tries to respond with his own jab to set up a right hand. But Lomachenko.
Now, you see this right here? This is Devin punching Lomachenko. Right, actually hitting Lomachenko, but he's not going to say that Devin's actually throwing a jab at Lomachenko. He's saying that Lomachenko is setting Devin Haney up. No, this is actually Devin Haney stepping back and countering Lomachenko with a jab, only to get Lomachenko off of him. So this isn't Lomachenko scoring a punch.
Lomachenko throws a body shot to keep Devin's.
He didn't. Devin Haney actually punched Lomachenko. He actually connected with a body shot to Lomachenko. And Devin Haney is moving back. So how is he connecting with a body shot? He didn't.
Defense low and then goes to the head with a.
He didn't hit Devin Haney. So he's trying to say that Lomachenko hit Devin Haney twice. No, he didn't. Devin Haney just turns his head. Right? He turns his head before Lomachenko actually hit him with a clean shot.
The right hook
and get out the way. Watch Devin Haney's going to jump out the way.
Outside foot position to avoid being countered by Devin's right hand.
See? Devin Haney actually jumps out of the way. So all of this dude just don't know boxing. Period. This is bottom line.
This is how Lomachenko outsmarted.
These dudes just don't know boxing. And that's literally what it is. And this is how desperate they had this. This is how desperate. On how he said, "Oh well, Lomachenko outsmarted Devin Haney." No, he did not. Devin Haney knew the situation that he was in, and he got out of the situation. And remember, Devin Haney is moving back, which means Lomachenko have to somehow trap Devin Haney to unload on Devin Haney. So he didn't outsmart him. Because if he did, he would have cornered Devin Haney in the corner, or he would have had Devin Haney against the ropes. Devin Haney clearly got out of the way, and he readjusted the fight. So he didn't outsmart him. You just don't know boxing.
This is an elite defensive trick in boxing. Pay attention to Gervonta's right hand and how he uses it to make opponents throw predictable shots so he can either counter or roll and get away. This long guard also helps him measure distance and fill the space between him and larger opponents. He uses this technique to take away the opponent's jab, which is their biggest weapon against him because of their reach. And once he has them set up, he uses his power to knock them down or out. This is an elite defensive trick in boxing. Pay attention to Gervonta's right hand and how he uses it to make opponents throw predictable shots so he can either counter or roll and get away. This long guard also helps him measure distance and fill the.
I want to listen to that nonsense. People in their nonsense. Huh? Didn't I just tell us? What? Am I on drugs? Wow. I'm getting tired.
Tell me that I need an attitude adjustment. No, love. While you swear and interrupt me, tell me that you're done with me. Actions speak louder than words. You told us you were going to disappear earlier. If you were done, you'd have disappeared. You haven't. So you're a hypocrite. And I don't care whether or not you like me taking ownership of this year. I will. I am. I have. And I'll continue to do so in the way I did earlier. Telling people, like the guy when he gave me an example of a Polaris measurement that proves Earth's flat. I'm going to get to the end of that statement, even if it takes 20 attempts, and some woman telling me that I'm unreasonable when I do so. I'll continue. Thank you very much. But you're entitled to your opinion.
This could just do that.
Well, I'm just trying to point out that we took probably 5 minutes to address a red herring. Well, okay, so we heard you out
right there,
and I understand how you feel.
Right there. I'm gonna go holler at my peoples real quick, and then we're gonna go ahead and review this stupid ass shit.
I mean, I know the answer can't be the reason that I interrupted Nathan is because Nathan interrupts people all the time, and that's what he does. That's obviously unreasonable, right?
That's projection.
Because we're just trying to.
My computer is like
so
dumber than
really
me,
just
bro.
Was, why this time did you feel the need to do what you did?
Okay, because I actually was trying to help Nathan. He was already disrespectful in a way to Flatman. I then tried to keep everything calm. I even muted, right? Whoever was talking earlier, I can't remember his name right now, right? I tried to stop it. I gave Nathan the freaking floor for a good minute. This is what he does, so please let me finish. But go on. As soon as I go to speak, and I'm a mod here, he disrespected me, wouldn't let me talk, and continued. And disrespected continue on like 6-7 times. People have even looked at it on other servers. And you don't give a shit.
Fuck it.
Oh, I continue
I'm a good
talking.
human being and I care about you. You're a good human being. But when you have disrespectful behavior like this, honey, a negative, you know the energy, which really this is what it's all about.
It's about measuring Earth's flat.
It's actually about energy, honey.
No, it's not.
You haven't gotten
I see.
The best advice for small.
Andrew, how do I trade on Forex?
Do I understand Forex?
The best advice for small account traders, it's the mere concept that you're not going to make $100,000 in your first year. If you have a small account, you need to.
While you guys take control,
that right,
and then do your mind thing, and then give the microphone back to the speaker. Obviously, Nathan, you gotta admit, you're like, who gives a shit about that? Look what he's doing. He's being an ass. But I at least understand in the moment when Stacy was trying to do that, and you're like, fuck that. This dude's. I do that all the time.
Please say
so people don't like me for it too. So to be fair,
just do that.
Well, to be fair, step back and just
you're aiding and abetting. You're aiding and abetting criminals, and so sometimes it's just. We don't give a fuck. I don't know.
Eli, here's the thing. I don't try to change Stacy. I don't try to change you.
Right there.
I don't try to change
I'm gonna go
anybody.
holler at my
But
peoples
everybody
real
wants
quick,
to
and
try
then
and
we gonna
change
go ahead and
Nathan.
review
Just
this
step
stupid
back
ass
and
shit,
let him
man.
go. Oh, you gave him a minute. Really? You giving Nathan Oakley a minute? You think it's gonna be resolved in a minute? Come on.
Not true. I gave him plenty of time.
So I just let somebody walk in my house and just start punching me in the face and just let him do his thing.
My computer is like
unfortunately, Stacy's a mod.
dumber than me,
You
bro.
should be able to mute. You're gonna stop. Like a mod, this is what mods do. They mute the person that they're actually trying to speak.
Except my friend pressed on
As a
Discord.
mod, Stacy, you should have muted the whoever was talking over you and let that and calm the room down. Again, that's what you do. But you did not do that if Nathan was still talking over you. So next time, do what you need to do.
How can I mute Nathan? I cannot mute Nathan, okay? I got muted. I tried to mute everyone else and I let Nathan have the floor. I did exactly that. In fact, even though he's being disrespectful, I gave him the respect and I got nothing back.
Alright.
Yeah, you don't have to. That's not the way it works here. When somebody's talking over you and you're trying to mod, that's what you do. Doesn't matter who it is. Now, you were being disrespectful and very loud and outrated. You're being very. Anyways, sorry.
To Daniel, Sam, and Diego, while I'm on in their server.
He's talking over you and you're trying
to stationary. Thanks for the super chat.
So that's the reason what happened.
Right there.
Right
right there. I'm gonna go holler at my peoples real quick, and then we gonna go ahead and review this stupid ass shit.
Shut your freaking mouth, because I back my people, especially when you're destroying the global.
You stop.
Guys,
can we just talk flat Earth?
The big difference, yeah, let's talk about that, because, like, most of the time,
my computer is, like,
into hostile situations.
Dumber than me, bro.
Or, you know, not necessarily that anyone is hostile, but sometimes people are hostile to a position that they think you hold, or they hostile to a character that they think you are 100% of the time, and that can ignite fires. And so when people say the things that they say, instead of doing what some of my friends do, I just straight up ignore it and appeal to the moderator for allowing me to just stay on course with what I was saying instead of addressing people, because that never works. Having a fist fight between two factions means absolutely nothing to me. It's boring. We're not actually talking about information. The bottom line is we got very well distracted from the fact that elevation angles to polarities is exactly why there are latitude lines on the ground, and the ground is related to the Earth, obviously, when we're talking about navigation, in which it would have to be a plane of reference.
Exactly. That's all I wanted to get through. 10 attempts later, it suddenly becomes a discussion about my attitude and the server rules. Nah, I just want to get to the end of my point that Earth's measured flat. Obviously, that's very unreasonable if I'm stepping over a mod who's trying to do the job of moderating. My bad.
Right there. Right there. I'm gonna go holler at my peoples real quick, and then we gonna go ahead and
horse anymore. Let's move on. But please, guys, come on, everybody.
I would love to hear a measurement of flatness, and with a margin of error, if possible.
Oh, perfect.
I'll let you know right now.
That was the example that my opponent gave me, and obviously me reiterating his own
my
measurement.
computer is like
it was denied to be
dumber than me
that we're using to navigate the ground. Were you not here when that happened?
No, I'm on the West Coast in America, so like I'm always late.
No, that's fair enough. It was about an hour ago.
I don't know if you guys like this answer, but also the Siberian plains, like that's a lot
I hope I don't get like
flat land there.
In trouble though.
So specifically, I mean, their words, not mine.
The whole world's straight and flat, Eli. I know you know that.
Spell that right.
That globe religion comes from flat Earth measurements.
Alright.
Specifically latitude, when we've discussed it for the majority of the show. We're talking about haversine and transposition of latitude measurements that give you extended circles, ever increasing in size, that's then transposed onto a ball. Okay. Well, you've got to get those in the first place, and they're referencing the ground. Latitude lines are on the ground. Yeah, I appreciate that they're not real lines. There are no actual lines on the ground. They're elevation angle measurements with respect to a horizontal baseline that represents positions on the ground you can navigate with when you take an angle to Polaris. That's a measurement of a flat Earth.
Right there.
That's how the whole world has been mapped.
Right there. I'm gonna go holler at my peoples real quick, and then we're gonna go ahead and review this stupid ass shit right
That's how the world's been dealt with. Mere dot as far as history is concerned. And it still is. Now, you might stick some little Weasley, we've converted it to a globe and then converted it flat again. In between, it doesn't alter how the systems ultimately function and how the globe
my
came
computer
to
is like
in the first instance with those measurements.
Dumber than me, bro.
Yeah, I am flat earthers. Well, does that measure in a flat Earth? And a glober's going, well, that's how we measure the Earth. But it's not the ground. It's like, nobody else picking up what I'm putting down? Maybe I shouldn't take ownership of 2024 with this very weak measurement of a flat Earth that's been used to navigate and expand the known territory that we live on. Obviously, that's weak.
I don't get like
How dare I take ownership of this year? I will.
I get it. Not nobody. I get it. I understand it. It's just that it developed
Turn
into
out
this
the lights.
because of that
The
guy.
party's over.
That guy. That's the reason why.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, trolls will be trolls.
It's all over,
It
y'all.
just really annoys me when I get blamed when I
All
get
flat Earth
beat up 10 times
smacks.
like I'm being a dick or something, and I'm just trying to prove Earth's flat with measurements and that. But there we go. That's how life goes.
No, it's okay. Yeah, your argument is strong. We just got to be careful not to be a victim. Like, woe is me. I've been interrupted 10 times. Blase, blase. We can keep it civil.
Or we can just drive through that shit and just keep trying to get your point across. No, because you get shouted down by someone like Stacey if you just try and drive through that shit and ignore that nonsense waffle from trolls. I tried that. That's why I got told off, but obviously I'm not allowed to bleat about it because I'll be a victim.
Right there.
Yeah.
Can we get back?
Yeah, I seem to be caught between a rock and a
Right
hard
there.
place, don't I?
I'm gonna go holler at my
Wait,
peoples real
so
quick,
if the
and then
water
we're
is
gonna go ahead
flat
and
and the
redo
land
all that
sticks
shit.
out of the water.
Emotional damage!
You're saying the land is flat too?
It's measured that way. All of the navigation systems are with respect to zero elevation change. It's all flat in navigation.
There's no elevation change on land?
My computer is like
Stutter?
dumber than me, bro.
Did I stutter? Yeah, that's what I just said. It's all flat. No elevation changes in navigation. That's correct.
No,
Were you
if
unaware?
land is on a horizontal
You
plane,
sound
yeah.
surprised.
It sounds like he's trying to get into the
I hope I don't get like
baseline and the
in
height
trouble,
above
though.
the topology above the baseline and how we average out to get a mean sea level from that topology.
Oh, I see. No, navigation's not topographical measurements. We're not measuring the terrain
Still that right.
with a deviation with
You know?
respect to the horizontal
All
baseline.
right.
I mean, obviously, the altitudes and depressions of hills and valleys are also measured with respect to a flat Earth. They're all described from zero. So everywhere's got a zero that you can reference how high or low stuff is with respect to zero everywhere. That's a flat Earth reference when you're talking about topology changes. But navigation doesn't have those. It's just flat everywhere. The Earth, that is. That's how it's dealt with when you navigate it. And when you chart it and map it, it's flat.
Boom, like that. Right there.
Okay, gotcha. That makes
Right
sense.
there.
I see what you're saying for navigational purposes.
Right there. I'm gonna go holler at my
Also
peoples
reference
real
the
quick, and
topology
then we're gonna
changes
go
with
ahead
respect
and
to
do this.
a horizontal plane of reference also. That's a flat Earth that is needed and is used to this day to describe how high or low things are with respect to zero everywhere. That means everywhere's got a reference to a flat plane because that's what it is when you describe how high or low things are.
My computer is like dumber than me, bro.
Have you guys heard of the Buenos Aires Pacific Railway in Argentina?
I haven't, but I'm reasonably familiar with how railways work. They're a good flat Earth proof. It was one of the first things I covered about 10 years ago. Go right ahead, SE Montreal. This sounds great.
Let me read this out. Railway features
I
dead
don't
straight
get, like,
lines. The world's
trouble,
record
though.
for the longest stretch of railway belongs to the Transcontinental Railway of Australia, which is dead straight for 328 miles across
Spell that right, but fuck it.
the
You know?
Labour Plain,
Alright.
but not dead level. Next in order probably comes the Juan and McKenna stretch of the Buenos Aires Pacific Railway of Argentina, which is dead straight for 205 miles and level also in the United States. Well, and that's another thing, but it stops there.
Niggas
Level
could
also 205 miles.
could just do
Dead
that.
straight and level.
So that's crazy because they say that level and straight aren't synonymous.
That's just stupid.
Correct.
And it's only
Send me that,
locally
man.
flat.
Please.
So
It's not
that
very
was from my
local when
buddy
you're talking.
Jesse who asked.
Alright.
I wouldn't really call that
We
local.
about to end
That's
this in a
fairly
minute,
close
y'all.
to just disclaim as being-
Good find, SC. Good find, buddy.
That's good.
Yeah, that was a joke, Nathan. Sorry, but you're right.
Alright.
Yeah, I'm slightly on edge. My bad. I should have just laughed. Everyone loves a bit of sarcasm.
So if anybody asks you for a level straight surface, you can slap that on the Buenos Aires Railway system.
You consider that a measurement, right? Wouldn't it?
That was definitely measured, yep.
So how do we determine whether it's just level on a curved Earth or is actually flat.
How can you have level on a curve, Jesse?
Those are contradictory terms.
Because it's straight.
Because it's straight. Go on, we're both trying to say the same thing.
Because it's straight.
There is no level on a curve. That's a contradiction in terms.
But not in the surveying books that the surveyors learned from that surveyed that airline.
But they said it's straight, which is straight is straight.
Well, if you go to surveying school, they teach you that level is a
straight is curved.
Alright, that's a contradiction in terms.
No, I said level is curved. I didn't say straight is curved.
Yeah, level means having no part higher or lower than the other. So a curve is a deviation from level. So to say level is curved is a contradiction in terms. You're saying they teach this in surveying. Okay, right. Do you want to provide us a citation? We'll have a quick look at it, have a good laugh.
Certainly.
Because it's a contradiction in terms.
What he's talking about is in geodetic surveying, there is, in some of the writings on geodetic surveying, they say that the Earth is a globe, so level is equidistant from the center of the globe, right? But they don't measure any of this globe. That's the problem. If you understood geodetic surveying, you'd understand none of them measure this curve, this consistently curved up.
I don't know what's going on with these black faces.
Perhaps some more
things like spherical excess
might be called for.
That's a claim from geodetic surveying. What they do, they'll measure like between three mountains. Right? I know this because my mother's partner is a retired geodetic surveyor.
I will have someone take
and he
care of the
retired
cave.
prior to the likes of GPS and stuff coming in. He retired back in the 93, 94, and he was like 30 or 40 years old. Right? This is what they do. They'll measure from mountain A to mountain B, and mountain B to mountain
If I
C.
needed something from
Right?
you,
Three mountains.
Nothing.
That's what's it.
I'm busy.
So
I don't like being
that's an
bothered
angle,
unless I'm expecting
right, between
something from you.
A
Oh,
and
don't
B,
give me that look.
and another line between
Fine.
A and C.
Suppose I can find some
They will
menial
have
task to set your mind.
known distances, right,
We
already,
have something of a vampire
right,
problem.
and they will make a
Bodies have
triangle
been found
between
with
those
blood
3
drained.
points.
I know of a
That's
den
what they'll
nearby
do,
you can wipe
because
out
they
as a
have an
precaution.
angle and 2 known distances. Or they'll have 2 angles and a known
expect you to
distance.
be
Either way,
capable of
right?
even that.
They will have the information they need to determine the distance between C and B, right? Then they might go to B and do the same thing, and C and do the same thing. But what happens is, these are triangles.
Not
so they
really.
must adhere
Varnius
to
Junius is a
trigonometry. So they
I'm sure
use
nothing.
180
I
degrees.
suppose if you're truly interested,
What they
you could
do
talk to
then,
Falk.
right,
He's
they
the
don't
better
do
safe
it
than
in
sorry
practical terms, but what can be done
Vampires
after
are clever
that is you
hunters.
can then
More clever than you,
pre-assume
Do you have
mathematically
business with the court?
place that triangle that has just been measured
You mean the
onto a
Dragon
convex
Bridge issue?
globe surface. Right?
I'll be honest with you.
And what happens
I
to that
was
triangle
planning
then
to let that
is
go.
within the center of that
Varnius
triangle,
has
it's not a
been
triangle
jumpy at the
anymore
best
because
of times.
now it has more than 180
There
degrees
have been reports.
and it has curved lines.
I don't
So what
think it's
happens
worth
is
our
that
time with the war.
those three angles, if you wanted
But
to
if
measure
you want to
them
clear
now,
out the cave,
right, you'd have to use straight
sure
lines
you'll
over the
be
curved
paid
lines
for your work.
and measure 3 angles that will
Feel
make
free
more
to
than
return
180
to me
degrees.
with questions.
But because
Blue
they've
Palace
measured it
is
in
all
reality with 180 degrees, treating the position between the 3 mountains as 3 straight lines, what happens is they
Trying
end
to
up
take a
with
break from
what
the
they
war
call
for a minute.
spherical excess. Because once you add that actual triangle onto the surface of a convex surface,
something
it
else.
creates an area in the center of the triangle that doesn't exist.
All right, so when we come back,
Because you've increased
gonna,
the area
unless
within
we
those
have
3
some
lines.
deal with this
When you curve,
cave, I
when you
guess.
place them onto a convex surface, those 3 lines are bowed out the way to increase the area in the center. And that's what's known as spherical excess. It's kind of a slimy way of saying we've just created a part of the earth that doesn't exist. Right? And that's what they do. But when it comes to actual measurement and distances, they've got to use the ones they actually measured, which was with an actual triangle with 180 degrees. Most of what my mother's partner did was surveying in that way. Now, he did every part of geodetic stuff, but most of it was in that, and he had to do all the trigonometry himself, right, because he didn't have GPS and stuff, and he had to stick to 180 degrees. He never, like, he'd laugh if you asked him, how did you use a triangle with more or less than 180 degrees. He's like, what are you talking about? So every measurement he made, right, when it came to trigonometry, the use of trigonometry for distances between 3 points, he had to use 180 degrees, which means he was treating the baseline between those 3 points as horizontal.
I ain't
So
gonna spill that.
whatever they say in the books or online about, it's level in geodetics are vague.
About to get up out of here, man.
Equidistant from the center of a globe of radius, blah, blah, blah. That means nothing. Because in reality, none of them measure this stuff. It doesn't happen. This is all mathematical afterwards. So who cares?
About to get up out of here, man.
Right, Divergent Droid put a link to Brian's Logic YouTube channel. Come out and subscribe to Brian if you haven't done so already. He is ace. Thank you very much, Brian.
Alright.
Boom. Like that.
And no more racism in the live stream chat. That's just how he says 3.
Right there. I'm gonna go holler at my peoples real quick, and then we're gonna go ahead and review this stupid ass shit right here, man. This is so silly. Yeah, we about to get up out of here.
Oh, Nathan, I tagged you with some scans out of a surveying instruction book.
Okay, talk us through them.
My computer is like dumber than me.
Well, I've got little diagrams. They show a level line is being curved.
All right. So we're going to get up out of here. Next time I come on here, we won't have the commentary in the background, or we won't have this debate going. If you do want to listen to this debate, you could go on the Nathan Oakley channel. It's Nathan Oakley 1980. I hope I don't get like it's a real long debate. Trouble, so if you at work or something, you could probably take a good listen to it. It would pretty much be a real good, entertaining listen to. You could work your entire shift with your headphones on, listen to it. It's like it's a 7-hour show. So if you're working full time, I suggest you just listen to this, and by the time this show is actually over, you'll be getting off work. So, or if you're sitting at home, you had nothing to do, and you're working on a little project or doing exactly what I'm doing right now, I'm playing a video game or something. It's a real good, entertaining listen to. Just do that. It gets really exciting after this. They had over 30 people in this room, and pretty much almost all of them was talking. So, right there. But other than that, right there, like I said, I'm gonna go holler at my peoples real quick, and then we're gonna go ahead and review this successful stream. Right hopefully, I'm gonna have to repost this on YouTube sometime, and we're gonna look over it, see how everything go. I have been seeing on here that the my computer is like game, it's not keeping dumber than me, bro. I guess the graphics on the YouTube, so I guess that's pretty much my. I think that's just the game. I don't think that's pretty much the internet or anything that's wrong with the computer. But it seemed like everything is working out just fine. I don't really have no problems other than that. So I bid everybody farewell. This is Rez Joe 23rd up on here. Like I said, if you look at the screen right now, you will see that I'm going to be streaming.
The best advice for
small game.
Andrew,
how do I trade on
Forex?
Do I understand Forex?
The best advice for small account traders. It's the mere concept that you're not going to make $100,000 in your first year. If you have a small account, you need to take profit if the market gives you 30 to 50 pips. You see this in the market all the time. How many times as a beginner trader have you been up $100 and you're just like, oh, okay, that's what it is. If somebody put this on the table for you right now to take, you're like, oh, nice 100. Okay, cool. Okay, so my wallet. All right, I got 100. And that is one of the major issues. You guys aren't patient. Make sure you start taking profits when the market give it to you. You have weekly goals of making $1,000, and the market gave you 1,200, and you got greedy. You wanted 2,500, so the market came back down to 400. And then on the next trade, you wanted to get 600 more, and then you lost that 400. Now you're breaking even, then you blew the account. Take your time. When you get to your second year, your third year, it'll get better and better and better. But it'll never, ever, 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 ever get better if you're trying to
usually
skip the
try to
process.
be
The best advice for small account
evening
traders,
guy or
it's
afternoon
the
guy,
mere
so-
concept that you're not going to
to be
make
in the thick of the
$100,000 in your
So,
first year. If you
I
have
did
a
everybody
small
fared
account,
well.
you need to
Salute to
take
everybody
profit if
that
the market
was
gives you
looking,
30 to 50
even
pips.
if it was
You see
very
this in the
few.
market all the time. How many times as a beginner trader have you been up $100 and you're just like, oh, okay, it is what it is. If somebody put this on the table for you right now to take, you're like, oh.
Grandmaster Levi.
Oh my.
Don't hesitate. Kill.
Ghost Shadow.
Fade into the darkness. Death by 1,000 cuts. It is done.
Like and subscribe. Grandmaster Levi.
Oh my.
Don't hesitate. Kill.
Ghost Shadow.
Fade
Recently, for no reason at all,
into
I
the
asked me-
darkness. Death by 1,000 cuts. It is done.
Like and subscribe.
The best advice for small...
Andrew, how do I trade on Forex?
Do I understand Forex?
The best advice for small account traders, it's the mere concept that you're not going to make $100,000 in your first year. If you have a small account, you need to take profit if the market gives you 30 to 50 pips. You see this in the market all the time. How many times as a beginner trader have you been up $100 and you're just like, oh, okay, it is what it is. If somebody put this on the table for you right now to take, you're like, oh, nice 100, okay, cool. Okay, so my wallet, all right, I got 100. And that is one of the major issues. You guys aren't patient. Make sure you start taking profits when the market give it to you. You have weekly goals of making $1,000 and the market gave you 1,200 and you got greedy and you wanted 2,500. So the market came back down to 400. And then on the next trade, you wanted to get 600 more and then you lost that 400 and now you're breaking even, then you blew the account. Take your time. When you get to your second year, your third year, it'll get better and better and better. But it'll never, ever, 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 ever get better if you try and skip the process. The best advice for small account traders, it's the mere concept that you're not going to make $100,000 in your first year. If you have a small account, you need to take profit if the market gives you 30 to 50 pips. You see this in the market all the time. How many times as a beginner trader have you been up $100 and you're just like, oh, okay, it is what it is. If somebody put this
Da